So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to actually let go of the people, environment, attachment, and everything that holding you back, and create a new space for you to actually attract beautiful things in your life. And simply you can move on to your next chapter. Alright guys, let's dive in. Alright guys, welcome to my channel and my name is Sho, and in this video I'm going to talk about how to actually let go. So through this video you're going to learn how to let go so that you can create more space to actually attract the beautiful things into your life. Because if you think about it, if you don't have any space, for example, this is a candle, right? And then if you don't have a space in this is you, and then if you don't have a space, you just simply cannot add anything into it. That's why let go is essentially to get rid of unnecessary stuff within you so that you can create some more space to take in something beautiful. But before we dive in, I'd like to announce that I have a few spots left for my coaching, and I'm actually launching my group coaching, and there's a limited seat for this group coaching. So if you're interested, click here, link below, or you can send me a DM on Instagram. Due to the launching, the announcement will be probably Instagram. So if you are on Instagram as well, then I want you guys to follow me on Instagram and stay tuned on my story. I'll update on my story for sure. So letting go is a process of the subtract, but most of people are actually doing addition, which is completely opposite. You know, you're supposed to subtract minus the things that you want to get rid of. But you're adding so much attention and so much distraction, and your equation has to be you facing whatever it is, attachments, people, your ex, or material things. You face it until it feels uncomfortable. I'm talking about internal process. You have to face it, whatever the feelings and emotions and thoughts that stays in your life. Maybe it's over a decade. Maybe it came from your childhood trauma. But you have to face it and let that emotions comes to you and let it flow, okay? Most of the people resist, but here's the thing, the more you resist, the more you persist. So you have to let it flow and be okay with it. But most of the people are not facing. That's the most important part, and that's like a first step. But most of the people are skipping all this facing part. That's why if you do the ritual, for example, okay, some people tells you like you have to write them down and burn it. That is a ritual. That is not an internal process. That's completely external factor. So if you write them down and burn it, it doesn't do anything, right? It's a ritual, but you have to face it. When the ritual comes with the internal process, then that has a fucking value and power. And whatever it is that you're trying to deal with, trying to let it go, the deeper it is, the more pain that you have to go through. But the bright side is that you can finally let it go and move on and attract beautiful things in your life. And I'm going to be completely honest with you here, okay? The reason why you're so struggling with letting go, and then you're so struggling, you can't just let it go. It's so simple, it seems so simple, but you just can't. And I'll tell you why. Because you're successfully believing that it's so goddamn hard to let it go. Period. That's it. That's just a fact. And that's literally the reason, only reason that you cannot let it go for years and years. So this is it. The video is over. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Alright, I'm kidding. So as I said, the process has to be very, very internal. And the first step is facing yourself, facing that aspect specifically. What is it? What is it that creating a whole chaos and overflow of the emotion and make you sad and negative? If you can't identify it, you don't know what you don't know. You don't even know that what is it that holding you back? Because you might think that your ex-boyfriend, your ex-girlfriend, or you might think that, oh, maybe it's the attachment. But that's abstract. That's why most people cannot let it go. Because if you look at a tree and then you see, oh, that is a beautiful tree. But if you don't dig deep, you have no idea how big it is. Technically, there's so much roots, such a big roots inside of the ground. So what you're looking at is the part of the tree. But there is another part under the ground. So what I'm trying to say here is that if you cannot identify the whole tree, which you planted in your garden, and negative or positive, whatever it is, that's your garden. In your mind is your garden, okay? And then you plant something, and then it creates a whole neural circuit, whole neural pathway in your brain. It's a pattern in your brain. And that's basically systemizing and creating a whole thought process and an emotional process. So you go out there in your garden and try to identify it, but if you don't dig deep, you have no idea what's underneath the ground. So what you need to do is super simple, just ask yourself a bunch of questions so that you can understand what exactly is holding you back and then where does it come from and what is it? Right now, just have a deep breath with me. Just calm yourself down, just relax. And then I want you to think something makes you absolutely happy. Anything. Your friend, your parents, your kid, your girlfriend, boyfriend, your dogs, your cats. Someone that makes you absolutely feeling fucking good. So when you think something, essentially that activates the emotion as well. So they're very hardwired, it's connected in the chemical level in your brain. And same as your negative thoughts, same as the aspect that you want to let it go. So I mentioned about the subtract and addition, and what you need to do is subtract. In order to do that equation, the subtract, you need to face it and let it flow. And it makes you feel goddamn sad, then let it flow. But here's the key, okay? You cannot feel like shit. You need to feel sad and acknowledge that emotion is coming out and overflowing within you. But you gotta be okay with it. You have to welcome the pain, you have to welcome that feeling. And letting go is not like fuck you, fuck off. Letting go is the ultimate version of forgiveness and appreciation. So you have to welcome the devil, you have to welcome the evil, you have to welcome the pain and face that shit and forgive yourself and forgive that aspect, people, whatever it is, and appreciate the whole experience because that made you who you are, right? End of the day, if you want to love yourself, then you have to love all the experience that made you who you are. And if you can go through this process by yourself, damn, you're strong. That takes so much courage. That takes so much discipline. And then once you go through this step, you feel a lot lighter and you feel a lot strong, you feel a lot brighter, and then you feel like you're just enlightened. And yes, you are enlightened. And I know it sounds very simple and easy, but it is technically very simple and easy. You have to follow the step, and if you do it right, you get the right outcome. Hopefully I can encourage you to go through that and letting go whatever you are attached to, whatever you struggling and whatever is holding you back. So now it's the end of the 2021, and then you can let go whatever it was holding you back, and you can face the 2022 with a brand new self. And with that said, I hope you can take your courage and go through with it, sit with it, and welcome that pain and devil, and actually appreciate it and love yourself. And I'm not gonna say it's easy, because I've been through myself, and it was tough, it was hard, it was very painful, but it is worth to do it. And I'm telling you, it's worth to do it. It makes you free. It makes you mentally, spiritually, physically free. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. And I have to say, I reached 1,000 followers, subscribers, and I'm so happy. My journey with the YouTube was very, very tough. And I'm so happy that I kept doing it. And thank you for all of your comments. And really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. You have no idea that how hard it was to get to this level. So like, this is me completely honest, and I'm genuinely really appreciate it. So thank you so much. So if you're new to this channel, make sure that you subscribe my channel and like and comment. And if you guys have any requests on YouTube, please leave a comment and like, yo, show, like I want to see this, or like I want to see this type of content. I'm thinking about something lifestyle-ish, and Zen, which is meditation and all this letting go and spirituality aspect, and also confidence and attraction. So basically there's like a 3 different big category that I'm thinking. So if you have any requests, you're more than welcome. Alright guys, I love you guys. Hope you guys have a glorious day. Ciao. Live your life like a movie.